Hi guys, and welcome back to Whiskey Wednesday. On this section of Whiskey Wednesday, we're not drinking whiskey, we're drinking coconut water.
It's empty.
It's empty now because we already drank it. But the rain in Florida, the Daytona area finally let up, so we decided to seize the opportunity and take our bikes out for a spin and give you guys a glimpse into our two-wheeled life.
And quite the life it is.
Oh yeah.
So, we kind of wanted to go over a couple of questions that either we always get asked or sometimes we even ask ourselves. Like, why the hell do we do this?
Common questions like, why do we do this? What do we ride? And what's our dream ride?
Yeah, absolutely. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. Kevin, why don't you take us into what you ride?
I ride a 2007 Honda CBR 600RR. And the reason I chose this bike was because I wanted a nice crotch rocket that is agile enough to, go canyon carving should I choose to, although we have to leave Florida for that. Because I really enjoy kneeing into a corner, especially at a spirited pace. But a 1000, you can definitely do these things on 1000. However, they have so much power that I can't just take it around the street and do whatever I want with it. Mostly because if I want to do something with it, I'm probably going to be going, at speeds that definitely break a lot of laws. So,
well, it's funny you say that because since I've known you, you've always had motor bikes and R1s and everything else.
Yeah, and I guess that's what kind of got it out of my system on the leader bikes. Is they're great bikes. I love leader bikes, but to me, I just like to carve it up.
So to you, it's not practical around town?
Not a crotch rocket leader bike, at least. No, not very practical. Something like your bike, a lot more practical to me. Which brings us to our next question. What do you ride?
So, for those of you who know me, especially you, I've always had a fondness for naked bikes. So my latest addition is a 2011 Kawasaki Z1000. I've loved these bikes ever since I had my first Z1000 way back when I was 19, 20.
Oh yeah.
And it's such an the bike's stupid. It really is. It's just nothing but gobs of tire shredding, pants shitting, wheelie inducing torque that just, my cheeks hurt from smiling when I get done riding this thing. But even with that, it's awesome because your upright seat position is a little more relaxed. So it's not bad for around town. If I want to just commute to and from work, even little stints on the highway, I don't want to jump off a bridge an hour into the ride.
Absolutely. One of the biggest perks, I think, of your bike is the comfort to power ratio that you have, and yet you can still knee into a corner at a very spirited pace.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of these bike manufacturers have really tapped into that, with these modern naked bikes, is they've really taken the best of both worlds and just created a beast.
Well, you've noticed that a lot of the manufacturers, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Honda, Suzuki, Aprilia, KTM, they're all getting onto this standard naked bike trend. And you have the GSX 750 and 1000. Mm-hmm. There's the FZ07s, FZ09s, FC10s, the Tuanos, the 1290 Super Dukes. They're all getting on this trend because it works.
Yeah, it works, and unless you're very hardcore about your riding and you do want to do nothing but spirited riding for the most part, you don't even really need a crotch rocket anymore. They have a solution for you, and it's actually a lot cheaper than a crotch rocket as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of the entry prices for some of these bikes, especially like Yamaha's FC7s and FC10s, you're looking at around a $7,000 to $10,000 entry fee, which for a premium motorcycle from a manufacturer that is known, it's not that way.
Well known and established.
I mean, especially even with the Z1000s, Kawasaki's breaking into that market too with their, but they have the Z650, the Z800s. I mean, you have all these awesome options. Unfortunately, I just decided to get the one that had the 1027 pant shitter on it.
Well, with that ear-to-ear grin that I always see you riding with, it doesn't seem like you're disappointed with your decision.
Not in the slightest. So, with that, actually, Kevin, why don't you take us through, you know, why did you start riding?
I started riding mainly because I like the feeling of freedom. I like the freedom to pick and choose where I want to go, my pace, my accel speed, and I love the feeling combined with the adrenaline rush of, you know, things can possibly go wrong at any point in time. I love that rush.
On the bright side, something does happen. You're not gonna know.
No, I'm definitely not gonna know. One of the biggest factors for riding with me, for me, obviously, is, you know, leaning into a corner, as I've already said. You know, there is nothing that you will ever get that gives you the same rush as leaning into a corner at a spirited pace. Nothing will give you that rush. At least I haven't found it.
It's definitely the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Oh, absolutely. That's without a doubt, no question. Why do you ride?
You know, the main reason that I started riding was from my dad. He actually taught me how to ride on his V-Star 1100, which, by the way, Dad, that was a horrible idea letting me learn how to ride on that bike.
Torque monster, wouldn't you say?
But mainly for the same reasons that you like to ride. I love being more so connected with the road more than with the car. And you know just as well as anybody, I love my cars just as much as the next guy, but there's a whole different feeling of being exposed to the elements, having power to weight ratio that really nothing else is going to give you. I mean, it's pure adrenaline sometimes. And even on the days when you just want to take it slow, it's just fun, it's relaxing, it can be an escape.
Oh, absolutely. It's funny that you say that is, you know, my dad also played a crucial role in my start to riding because he had always been building and riding different race bikes as I grew up. So, you know, I always, you know, woke up in the morning to hearing him revving up a bike or, you know, tinkering on somebody's carburetors. And, you know, I got to ride with him a little bit, but it was more the stories that I heard that inspired my ride. You know,
You know, to say no kid's gonna remember the time that you sat down and watched TV.
I don't remember that very much. You're right, entirely.
But that's another thing. You form bonds with people. You know, it could be someone you don't even know, but if you happen to ride past them, you're gonna wave. And it's just there's a whole family behind it that you might not even know them, but you're still a part of that family.
It's a brotherhood, if you will.
It is a brotherhood or sisterhood. I got plenty of female friends that some of them can ride the pants off of me.
Yeah, I've seen
Call
a few
me.
of those. Call your boy. Let him know what's up.
So, you know, with that, what would you say? I mean, obviously you love the bike that you have.
Absolutely.
What would you say would be your perfect bike?
And I know this kind of contradicts everything I'd said about 600s and 1000s, but the perfect bike for me, honestly, would be an R1M. And I'll tell you why. It is a 1000, it is still a crotch rocket. However, it is tunable to the point where if I wanted just a kind of sort of tame, you know, leader bike commuter, I can set it that way. You know, I can set it, you know, with all the assists and everything on, so I don't have to worry about anything. And then if I really want to go out for a very spirited ride, I can unlock everything and turn it back into its rip-snorting race machine that it was designed to be.
Snorting.
Oh,
It's almost like in Deadpool when they put the cocaine in his mouth and he uppercutted it.
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like on a 1000cc crotch rocket when you decide just to let it sing.
It's respectable. And, you know, the R1M really is such an amazing machine that they've produced.
And most people are going to say, you know, oh, well, there's a faster bike out there, you know, the ZX-10 puts out more power, Ducati 1299 Panigale. I mean, there are faster bikes out there, but that's not what it's about. I like to lean in, and even on multiple rave sites, anything like that, they have reviewed that is one of the most, you know, well-handling bikes for the amount of power that it's got. Like, they posted amazing track times on this bike simply because of all the actual electronic assists that the bike has. if you look somewhere, you will go there.
Well, we know it's like I always say, straight lines are for fast bikes, curves are for fast riders.
Exactly. And anybody can ride fast in a straight line, as you were just, explaining with your connotation. But us as real riders, we like to push it, we like to bring it to the cutting edge.
I couldn't agree more with that. I'm sure you saw me do it earlier today.
Oh yeah. That was really nice. Now that brings us to our next point, is what is your dream ride?
For me, that really there are a couple answers to that question. There are plenty of dream bikes of mine. I mean, anything from this bike, again, contradict everything that I said about my bike, but something along the lines of like the Daytona 675 Triumph. It's such a lightweight machine. You get that peppy little triple, and it loves to just catch you in the corners and go. But you still have plenty of torque to have as much fun as you want. But with that, they're also my top picks for naked bikes. From KT, I said it earlier, KTM's 1290 Super Duke R or Triumph's Speed Triple R. You have nothing but fun with those machines.
Absolutely, all three of those are great machines.
But if I had to pick one, it would probably be the Street Triple R.
Speed Triple?
The Street Triple. I mean, you get this big triple leader bike that is also very compact, which something Triumph has always done well. They've always built variable handling machines. But you throw something in there that's going to do nothing but wheelies. Like, you get to have a talk with that bike. Like, okay, listen, we're just going for milk.
We're not going out here with burnout contests. That's actually really crazy. I've grown a fondness for just the sound of a nice big triple.
Oh yeah,
they have a very unique sound to
it.
It
sounds like nothing else.
Absolutely.
And with that, as far as sounds are concerned, I think honestly one of my favorite sounding bikes, as much of a brute as it is, the 1299 Panigale.
Yes. And the only reason that's not one of my dream rides is I've already ridden one, and it beat me into submission just riding it around town.
Oh yeah, no, it's a brute.
And everybody's going to turn around and say, well, it's not meant for the street, it's meant for the track. That it is, and it tells you that the whole time you're sitting on the bike. I meant to go fast because, let me tell you, that head pipe on that thing, it definitely cooks the boys while you're just sitting on it in traffic. It is horrendous.
You know what's something funny that I've noticed, at least through all of our years of adventure on bikes, is you can always tell a little bit about the rider based on what they're riding.
That is definitely an accurate statement. You can tell what kind of rider and what they do on the bike just by simply identifying what they ride and looking at the back tire.
That's a good way to look at it. Well, as much fun as it's been sitting here cooking in the sun, what do you say we go ride a little bit more?
Sounds like an amazing idea.
Let's do it.